For Action News, I'm Anna Samofska. Are you worried your body mass index or BMI says you're obese? Well, it may not be true, and Jane Brody of the New York Times explains why. In a recent article, she notes that while the original use of the BMI was to describe changes in physical characteristics of a population as a whole, it was then considered just as useful for individuals to measure their own weight status. But that use, unfortunately, can lead to numerous inaccuracies and a faulty diagnosis. ACTRA's Dr. Ruth Kava explains.
The problem arises when you try and take this index, which is really developed for population study, and try and apply it to individuals. Because this is an index that is based on height and weight. It doesn't take into account two very important factors: activity that builds muscle. So muscle versus fat tissue, you can't tell the difference just by looking at the BMI. And also, if a person is heavy, where is that fat on the body? If it's in the middle, that is, if it's increasing your waist circumference, then it's more of a health risk than it would be if it were, as it is in many women, around the hips and upper thighs. So all these distinctions are things that can be added to it if you're looking at an individual, but just BMI in and of itself is not something that can be reliable in terms of the individual risk of diseases such as type 2 diabetes. And that's basically what Jane Brody is pointing out in a very clear and very, what I consider to be cogent analysis of BMI. And she quotes some experts who are also right on the money. It does not mean that BMI is useless. It can be a preliminary indication if it's used in connection with another index, such as waist circumference. Then it can give you some valuable information about health risk. But in and of itself, it's not. And most people who have been concerned with obesity have known this for many years.
To read this story and others, you can head to our website, acsha.org. That's acsh.org. And while you're there, don't forget to also sign up for your daily dose of news delivered right to your inbox. For ACTRA, I'm Anna Samofska.